everybody, and welcome to Candid Coach Conversations. I'm Kimberly Boyd, founder of Live Life Fully, and today I'd like to welcome Savannah Burke, a dear friend of mine and colleague. So, hey, Savannah, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much, Kimberly. It's great to be here. So, my name is Savannah Burke. I am also a fully licensed LPC supervisor, as well as a certified Live Life Fully coach. And I've been with Kimberly now since 2017. It's been a long time, and it's a pleasure.
Yes, so good to see you. So, Savannah, I've been thinking, what comes to mind when I think of Savannah? And one thing that comes to mind is fun. And what I mean by that is anytime I'm around you, you laugh. Even when there have been hard days and difficult topics and loss, you still laugh. So when I hear people laugh, I think, oh gosh, that's so fun. And so with that, I guess I want to hear from you. What does fun mean to you and for you?
For me, fun means laughter, obviously. And I love to make other people laugh. For me, that is fun. If I can make someone else laugh, I get great joy out of that. And
Okay, so
I love to do fun things like crafts and sing and be silly. That's what's fun to me. And spending time with really good friends and people that I really enjoy being with.
Okay, so how do you fit that in? Like, I totally agree with you in terms of being intentional about who you spend time with and knowing what I know about you. You're a wife, you're a mother to a daughter and to a dog.
Yes.
You're a full time therapist, you're a full time coach. How do you fit in other relationships outside of your family?
If you ask my friends, they'd say I don't. I've been trying to be more intentional, and unfortunately, I've had some losses lately, and I found that I have gone into myself more or stayed at home more just to spend time with family. And I want and I'm going to and I get to spend more time with friends because I'm going to become more intentional about doing that because I miss my friends. I miss the times that we
Uh-huh,
spend sitting and talking and laughing and trading stories and trading memories, sharing dreams. So
uh-huh,
I am beginning to be more intentional now that the year has sort of slowed down for me with other obligations. I am going to
uh-huh.
be reaching out to spend more time with friends.
I love that for you. And I love that for your friends and myself included.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
Oh my gosh. So thinking about that, and yes, that's one of the things that did come to mind for me is you have experienced, I'm going to say quite a few losses in a short amount of time. And so you've
Yes.
had loved ones pass away, and I mean, that can be hard and real hard. And so I guess I don't know. I think it's important to think about and talk about when we do experience loss, how can we still have fun? And what I mean by that is I have so many people that I work with, either in the counseling world or in the coaching world, they've had huge losses and they're like, I don't know if it's time for me to be happy again. Like I was invited to XYZ and I don't know if it's okay for me to go because I don't want people to think that I don't care or that I'm not sad about the person that I've lost. And I'm like, gosh, like both can be true. You can have
Yes.
loss and feel tremendous sadness and feel loss and enjoy life. And so that's my perspective. So I guess I want to hear from you. I would love to hear from you in experiencing loss and still finding a way to be joyful. How are you doing it? And how have you been doing it?
So when my father-in-law passed away last year in October, I sat down with the intention of writing a coaching newsletter on that very subject. And I still have it and I still have not posted it yet. And I'm not sure what is holding me back. The one thing I remember most about my father-in-law is how much he loved to laugh and to joke around with people and to make other people smile as well. And I think it's good. Take as long as you need. Grief, however, and sadness is not some place that you hang out in. It is a stop, pay reverence, and then remember them in the best ways. What was the most fun you had with them? What is the best thing you remember about them? And remember that they don't want you to be sad all the time. They don't want you to go on grieving and missing them. They want you to live your life and the life that you have. And so it took a harder toll on my husband because obviously it was his father, and yet he was still able to find some relief and some joy and some laughter by, I'd say, around December. He started to come out of it, and we still talk a lot about my father-in-law, and since he's been gone, I've noticed the small things, the characteristics that are in my daughter. When she naps, she does what we call the paw-paw face. And the first time I saw it, I just started laughing, and I had to take a picture. I had to take a picture, and that made me smile so much because he would have gotten the biggest kick out of that. He really would have. And so it's for me, it's remembering the good things, the happier times, and knowing that he wouldn't want me to be down and sad and grieve because that was not who he was.
Sure. So, oh, go ahead.
I was and it's different for each person. It really is. It's different for each person.
Yeah. I love how you've made the decision. What it sounds like is made the decision to look for him in your daughter or look for pieces of him in your husband and really appreciating and honoring those moments where you catch it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's good. So I did not know that you had written a newsletter on this very topic. I had no clue. So I think that timing is incredible. And did you write that newsletter back in October or November? When did you write it?
I think I wrote it either late October or early November. It was not very long afterwards, but I thought a lot of people lose people around that time of year. I don't know what it is, but it seems that a lot of people will lose others around the end of the year. And I thought it was somewhat of a catharsis for me to work out my own thoughts and feelings, and I thought this could be very helpful to someone else, and I'm not sure the reason I have hesitated to put it out there. And now that we've talked about it, I do believe that's gonna be going out when I do my newsletters on Wednesdays. Today's has already gone out, so I think it will go out next week.
Okay, dang it. You took that coaching opportunity right out from under me.
I learned from the best.
'Cause I was like, "Woo-hoo-hoo, here we go." But what do you kinda know? I still wanna go back to that. Like, what do you kinda know? Like 1, 2, 3 things that are possibly have stood in the way of you sending that particular newsletter.
I think one of them is that that is a very specific subject, and it's I don't wanna bring people down because coaching is about growth and about healing not healing, but it's about growth and growing, and I just had that thought that if I send by sending that out, I could help someone else grow in their own grief and grow in their own journey of healing from that grief and find their new future or their new day. Or I didn't think of it that way until talking that out. And that's what I love about coaching is that it gives you a chance to go, I didn't think to look at it that way. That's a great way
Sure,
to look at it. I just took one step forward, just one more step. That's all it takes. And I think what it was is partially was my grief holding me back and not wanting to bring other people down around the holidays. And now I know that it needs to be shared, very much needs to be shared because it,
absolutely. Because I think too, we can't take responsibility for what it's gonna necessarily or assume what it's gonna do to somebody else, like, and make them feel a certain way because we really have no idea, especially when you're writing from the heart. That's what you can be certain of is that you wrote from the heart.
yes,
So
yes.
yeah, that's actually super exciting. I am curious, when is the last time you read that newsletter that you wrote that you've been sitting on?
Funny enough, 2 days ago.
Wow.
I didn't really read it in. I skimmed over it and I thought, I need to do this soon. And I proceeded to go, nope, I've got other things I want to do. And now I know that it's time to put it out.
Yes.
It's time to put it out. And I
Yeah.
think I'm going to send it out Friday instead of waiting. I think there are
Okay.
people out there that need to know this and that need to hear this.
Okay, awesome. Oh my gosh, I love that. And I agree with the timing. Like, I had no clue. I was going to talk about fun. And yes, losses had come up. You mentioned the losses. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I had already thought about the loss part. Had no clue you would have written a newsletter. So yes, I think all of this timing was meant to be. And
I
it's,
agree.
it is time.
Yes, it is. Yes, it
Gosh.
is.
Okay, so this has totally shifted things for me. And I think, okay, so Savannah, if you had to tell people when you're stuck or when you're holding back, holding yourself back, what advice do you have? Like, what's a takeaway that people can leave this call today with when they're feeling stuck or holding back?
Take a look around at what's going on in your life. What are you waiting for? Because if you continue to wait, life is going to pass you by. Would you rather live and share with others or hold back and keep it for yourself? Growth is always better than letting your roots wither and die by overwatering it and over taking care of it and not going into the sunshine.
Mm,
That was really shown to me last year when we had our retreat and we were talking about how people grow and the seeds that you plant and how if you stay in one place and you just keep watering, it rots the roots. Water yourself, yes, and get out into the sunshine and share it with others. Share your beauty with others.
yeah, so stepping out of your comfort zone.
Absolutely. And that could be,
Yes.
I don't know, go to a karaoke, party and sing in front of people that you don't know. That could be, let's go try that. Reach out to that friend that you haven't spoken to or seen in a few months and let them know how much they mean to you and how much you care about them. And I'm looking at you. Yeah.
So good.
Taking that time to reach out, even when it's hard, is growing.
Yeah, sure is. And it's so freeing. And, I love personal freedom.
Yes. Yes, you do, and it is an amazing feeling when you know that you have that personal feeling or that personal freedom.
Yes.
It is amazing.
Speaking of Savannah, so when do you know? Like, where do you feel it in your body, or how do you know when you're having those moments of personal freedom?
That's a very good question, Kimberly.
Yeah, because people always even think about, like, well, what does it look like to have personal freedom?
And I am struggling right now to find the right words. For me, having that personal freedom means I'm the only one relying on myself. I'm
Mm,
I'm the one that all the decisions are mine. I know what I want to say and it's stuck up here. And if I could just pull it out of my head and read it off of a script, I would.
okay, then how about this? Put your hands on your heart
Okay. Oh gosh, I'm gonna start crying.
and think about personal freedom. But I want you to think about personal freedom and then let it travel to your heart and feel it because you've got your hands up here on your heart. And how do you know when you're in those moments of personal freedom?
I am happy. I am light. I am joyful. I laugh more. I'm more talkative. And there's almost an olfactory hallucination that goes along with it of fresh cut grass and the wind in my face. You know, the smell that you get when you line dry sheets or towels, that really clean, fresh smell. That's kind of what I associate with personal freedom as well.
Beautiful.
Yes. And I'm starting to have that more and more. And times where I don't, and times where I didn't even know that I needed it.
Hmm.
It's yes, that lightness is coming back and the freedom to know that I am me and I am good and I am happy and I'm strong.
Yeah. I want to add, and you are capable.
I am. I am capable. I am woman, hear me roar.
One thing I know for sure, and I like to know things for certain. Imagine that Kimberly likes to know things for certain. Yes, that was sarcasm. And one thing I know for certain for my life that I've intentionally designed is I feel and experience personal freedom every single morning. So 9 times out of 10, I get up before anybody in the house, or if I'm on a trip with others, I'm always the first one up on a trip for some reason, but I've made that like an intentional decision so that I can have the freedom with myself, the freedom to explore my thoughts, the freedom to explore goals or dreams, the freedom to explore my relationship with God, my freedom to explore how I want to feel by the end of the day. I decide that before I ever do anything else. And so that is one thing for certain. And I love how you described the smell of the laundry. And I could see it. Well, as you were describing it, I could literally see it hanging on a clothesline with cute little clothespins and blowing in the breeze or
Yes.
wind. And that is, I love that you gave that description because that is how I feel in the mornings when I have that quiet time. And I've done it intentionally because I have found that my days are filled with so much more joy, even on the hard days. I'm able to handle challenging situations better, easier, with more grace and with more compassion than I ever was in the past. And so, yeah, personal freedom, it is a very important topic to me. And then the other time that I have personal freedom or what I visualize as personal freedom, and those that know me know that I love the water.
Yes,
So
you
it
do.
sitting by the water, being in the water, on the boat, on the jet skis, whatever, that is personal freedom. And I love it.
Yes, and that's how I am in the mountains. I love
Yes,
the mountains.
exactly.
I love it.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
that is some major big time personal freedom. Just
Yeah.
walk out there. I don't know if I told you this was I've never had this happen. We went to Gatlinburg for Christmas, and I walked out there one day, and it was cold, surprisingly. It was cold, but it was absolutely silent. There was no birds, there was no car noises, there was no movement in the trees, but that was I felt God all around me. And I literally I just stood there and tears were just pouring down my face, but I felt amazing and so just I'm tearing up as I'm talking about it. It was just amazing.
Yeah. Like that awestruck wonder.
Yes. I felt so entirely relaxed and free and not a care in the world and knowing that all was right.
That's so incredible. And I hope everybody listening will take a minute to think about a time in their life where they felt that kind of awe and wonder of being completely free, whether it's silence or waves crashing or birds chirping, but really to take a minute and think about the time and make some notes about it.
Mhm.
Because that too can help get through loss. It can help get through challenges and obstacles and difficult people, is to have that place where you can visualize again.
Yes.
Yeah, so good. I'm
It
glad
was
you brought that up.
amazing. Yes.
Yes. And y'all make that like an annual trip, don't you? The Gatlinburg, isn't that an annual trip for y'all?
We try to. It's more difficult now with my daughter in college. However, we wanna try and make it an annual thing again because she's almost done.
Yeah. Good.
So,
Yeah, that's great.
yes,
So fun.
that's our happy place.
Yes. All right. Well, great, Savannah. Again, I want to thank you for being here and talking. I took some notes. You brought some stuff up for me, and I've asked myself here, Kimberly, what are you waiting for? And the delay will not equal personal freedom. So thank you for that.
You're very welcome, Kimberly.
Get off my toes. No, I'm just kidding.
Nope, that's my job.
Oh my gosh. So, no, but really and truly, you can keep stomping on my toes, but I want to thank you. And yes, I did get some notes. And are any final takeaways that you hope the listeners will walk away with?
Make sure you spend each day living your life fully, living your life with confidence, and living your life with love.
Oh, so good. So good. I love it. That's
Thank you.
amazing.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much
thank
for
you.
having me.
Yes, thank you, Savannah. And we'll talk again soon.